Alrighty. Well, hello there, everyone. This is a YouTube-only video just for you. Aren't you special? Anyways, this is the Red Prince here, and I got a game for you here. It's a fascinating game, I should say. You might have already noticed, looking over at the civilizations here for the team in the even colors. You probably know what's going to happen. Yep, there's no stopping it now. It's going to happen. So let me introduce the players first. We'll start with the Persian team. In the orange, we have Black Silvio playing as the Persians. In the purple, we have Patitas Pa que las quiero playing as you guessed it, the Persians. In the yellow, we got Me Pegas y Me Excito playing as the Persians. And in the red, we have El Rey del Boom playing as the Persians. Are you with me still? Well, there you go. On the other side, we have Jurandir playing as the Britons. In the green, we have Juan Manco, playing as the Magyars. In the teal, we have, or cyan, I should say, we lose, playing as the Franks. And on the other side, last but not least, we have Palf playing as the Burgundians as the flank. Interesting pick, actually. Well, there you have it. So, now, this game, I came across someone here, posted the replay to some Discord. I'm not exactly sure which one it was. And they said that because the team with the odd colors, their team, BACT team, it doesn't show up in captures for some reason. I don't know exactly why. But in any case, they are a team, so they're on Discord probably talking together. And I wonder, what do you think, right? What goes through your mind when you queue up for a game and you look at your opponent's civilizations and you see all Persians? Now, the person that uploaded this, he said that they saw the civilizations, but they just didn't really realize what that could mean. What could that mean? Now, of course, there is a very popular, very well-known, infamous even meme strategy called the Persian Douche. And now what this involves is that you take a bunch of villagers, as you see what Red is doing right now. You take some villagers, you go to your opponent's DC, right? You delete your starting DC because otherwise you can't build another one, and you drop a new DC right next to your opponent. Right? Now, the reason why Persians are an awesome civ for that is because, look at the HP, it's 4,800 instead of 2,400, right? So you have double the HP, which means that you always win, pretty much always win battles between the TCs. So if you can get your TC up, that is, as Blue now sees those villagers coming, and he's reacting to it as well. Okay, let's see what Blue's going to do, because you see these vills coming in. Now, the best thing you can do to defend yourself against this is try to block the foundation. So that's what Blue's doing right now. Garrisoning, very nice. Building some houses to make sure that Red can't build any DCs right here. It's really good. Good for now. Looks like Red is the first one to attempt a douche here. Let's see how it's going to go. Yeah, Red kind of confused here. He's like, I should maybe try to break through. Okay, Blue is trying to wall this off, but there's still a hole. The scout keeping the hole open, and Red's villagers will go right through. Again, if Red can get a TC up somewhere, he could maybe still go for a douche, but Blue is still trying to block that foundation. But I think that Red is going to build that TC right here. And there you go. Okay, now, at this point, Blue, you just need to fill fight if you can, but Red's gonna wall the villagers out. Very nicely done, and this DC will go up, and Blue is already given up on this idea. He's just gonna be chopping some wood at the moment. Well, there you have it. A very early Persian douche from Red. And that's number 1. Oh, you thought we were done? No, we're not done. Trust me, we are not done. We are just waiting for this stuff to happen as we see, oh, there you go, purple villagers coming forward. What about yellow? Yellow villagers coming forward as well. There we go. Now, you see, Red's DC has been built, and Blue is not even trying to fight this. I don't think that's worth it either. You should definitely make sure that you don't lose any villagers here, but because you're just going to be wasting wood, because you'd have to repair your TC, and Red is going to do the exact same thing, because Red has villagers on wood at home. You could still take these sheep if he wants to keep some food running. It's really difficult to win. So the best thing you can do is try to get up the feudal age if you can, or otherwise just give up on your TC and just try to move it somewhere else, right? Move it somewhere else and then try to avoid as Red actually snipes his sheep. Oh man, laming on top of that. And oh, here comes orange. So we got 3 more douches incoming. Now at this point, I think everyone should be aware of the possibility here. So gray, if you see that scout hangout, if you did see that, then you should definitely be careful. As orange comes in out of nowhere, and bam, now you suddenly see a TC go up. Not very bueno. Okay, next one is purple. Purple did scout, you know, so he saw where the TC is. So the problem is it's kind of walled off. And teal, is he going to see this? He can see the vills though, so teal can react to this now. Oh, yeah, he must have seen that. He must have seen that. The villagers are here to vilify. Purple trying to drop the TC here, but Teal's villagers are blocking this threat at the moment. So that's not gonna go up at this point. Okay, Teal, Purple gonna commit to a TC right here, but Teal is fighting. This is the correct response, by the way. The correct response. If you can fight all the villagers, that is the way to go about it. Purple also sending only 9 villagers here. And there's way more villagers for Cyan to fight at this point. We have Orange's TC going up. Yellow is now coming in as well with vills. As Purple is trying to get this DC to go up, but Teal is fighting everywhere with villagers. One villager walled in. No. Cyan still gets some villagers in and can kill this purple villager. So is it even going to go up? Is this going to be a doubt TC? As we have yellow, yeah, green also sending villagers to build, but yellow sent way more villagers so that will go up. Purple though, 68%. That doesn't look like it's going to go up. He can't build on this side because it's too close to the DC. He can only build on this side, but there is so many villagers here fighting. I think purple failed at the douche. That's never going to go up unless you wall it in. Nope, that's over. All right then, we have ourselves a doubt TC. Yellow loses his scout to a spearman. Green, of course, did manage to get up to the feudal age here. Yeah, that's also the question, right? Normally, a Persian douche is kind of a Dark Age strategy because as soon as your opponent gets to the feudal age, they get way more military out to stop future douches from happening. As you see, blue is re-DCing in the north here. He's going to probably wall in his DC. Yep, to make sure that red can't do this again. We got gray building a DC just a little bit outside of his own base. Gray's just going to mill and take the farms then. I'm not sure if he's going to get it. We have purple sending more villagers forward because he wants to get this DC. Oh, wow, he actually got the DC up. Hang on, it is not a doubt DC. Wait, how did he get that up? Oh, that was close. In any case, purple still struggling, right, to keep his DC up because Teal can just fight here. He can easily fight here because there's only 2 villagers now. And if you garrison them in there, it barely gives you any arrow fire. So even the Persian DC can't save you at this point. And purple is trying to keep it up. He needs to keep it up until the villagers come here, but they're so slow. Man, I bet he wish he was Berbers now, huh? As the TC is about to go down with that extra bonus from villagers. And there you have it. Purple losing his TC. Does purple have the resources to build another one? He does not. And now your villagers are stuck in the middle of nowhere. Yep, now what do you do? Purple is in trouble now. We have a Drush then, I guess, from blue, trying to hit the berries for red. Very nice. As for yellow, yellow's still fighting against scouts, the scouts that green made. Problem with that is that he won't have the food to continue producing these. I wonder if maybe going for some archers might have been the better call here. You know, I mean, I know this is a team game. It feels so natural to just go for scouts because you're the pocket. But yeah, it's a lot of food, which you won't have a lot of. I mean, they are Magyar scouts though, so don't get me wrong. They have that extra bonus, that extra attack as well, because you get the attack upgrade for free. So they should be able to snipe any villager that gets that gets isolated from the group here. So yeah, that makes. I mean, you know what? I take it back. I think Magyar scouts is fine here. It's certainly doing the job right now. As yellow's going to have to abandon this wood line or fight to the death here. We have red just settling into a normal economy. He will probably be able to click up sooner rather than later here. We've got orange already in the feudal age, unlike gray. So orange versus gray. This is a interesting situation. And we have purple migrating back over here, but purple still does not have the wood for a lumber camp. Did he build one at home? Oh wow, purple is screwed. He is really screwed. He doesn't have the wood for anything. He can't drop off wood anywhere either because he just doesn't have a drop off building. So basically, the only way that purple gets back into this game is if someone builds a market, right, and sends him a bit of wood. Otherwise, purple can't do anything. Now, there is technically something you could do. You could technically build a farm, and it would also drop off any resource that you would be holding in your hand. The problem is a farm costs wood as well, which is precisely what we don't have. So, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this. We have green. Yeah, green getting a nice farming economy out as well. He will be able to produce more of these scouts, and at that point, Macro scouts are awesome because you can keep yellow contained in his base. Yellow cannot take wood anywhere. He's just farming at this point. As for red, it has clicked up to the few lates. He will almost get there, but I don't think he can do something against blue. Blue's got gold. Blue has wood. He has some farms out as well. He's making archers, and he's sending those archers to the berries because you know, right? When you are doing when you're facing a douche, there always will be some villagers back at the home base of the Persian player, right? Because there's always some villagers that are still taking some resources, except if you're purple and. Well, you didn't do that. Purple's going to have to chop some wood. Purple is pretty much out of this game now, which means that teal could definitely start dominating this matchup now because, well, it's basically a 4v3 now. We have scouts hitting red as well. Yeah, let's kill those buildings. Make sure that red can never click up here, which, I mean, he wasn't going to be able to do that anytime soon anyways. He doesn't have gold. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. All the golds are... closer to blue, who is also going to be making some archers and military as well. As red is, kind of idling his economy. You see here, this is where a Persian douche gets weaker and weaker. Like, if your opponent just moves his economy and, just starts expanding elsewhere, at some point, you just kind of run out of options with a Persian douche. As we have Orange trying to take wood right now, but he can't because the town center is too close. Now, at some point, you're going to have to make actual military, but because you went for a Persian douche, it usually sets you back so much that you won't be able to produce anything. We have green running around here looking for some yellow villages, and there are yellow villages that can be taken. Green can have his revenge as well. He's about to find those. And there you go. If Green's paying attention, he will have seen those. Is he going to see it? Is he going to see it? There you go. Very nicely done by Green. Finding those villagers. Boom. Easy pick up. That's literally, it's always a rule. If you're getting douched, there always will be some villagers that you can pick off at your opponent's home base. As red has literally no resources really. His wood lines are denied. He has no wood otherwise because his TC isn't like very nicely placed, and red can't make any military to defend himself. Also, you're Persians now against archers. Not really the best matchup for you, is it? The only one who's doing decent on this side is Orange, who actually made it to feudal age, is towering his opponent, is actually idling a lot of Gray's economy. I don't think you should, let that many villagers sit in your TC for that long. If you're really worried about your opponent getting close to your TC, what you can do is just leave one villager in there, right? The flag will still be on top of it, so your opponent might still think there's a lot of vills in there, but then you can actually still do things, right? You're not actually idling your economy. I think Gray also upgraded these scouts, but these scouts don't have a whole lot of upgrades, as in none. You could probably fight these with your villagers. As Orange goes for a tower that should never go up on this side. We have red trying to get out with his economy, but the problem is these villagers are absolutely stuck right here. There's archers all around. Your economy is complete potato. Now red has some sneaky vills in the corner chopping wood, and maybe he can rebuild his TC somewhere where blue is not, but the problem is then you're going to be so far behind the blue. I mean, look at the scores for the Persian players. It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. And it will just get worse and worse. I mean, look at the vill count. It's 80 to 156. And that's not even to mention the fact that teal is now in castle age. Knights will start to come out, and there is literally no counter that anyone on the Persian team has against possible knights here. And better still, teal could even just boom this out if he wants to. He's the only one who did not get hit as much as the rest of his team because he was able to stop the douche. Very nicely done, by the way. Like I said, vill fighting is the answer if you can do it, because you will always have more villagers at your base than the Persian player, unless they really send everything, which is very risky. Yeah, we have blue will probably click off the crossbows here, and at that point red will also be dead because there's literally nothing that red can do. He's making some skirmishes. All right, no, that's okay. We got still some towers from Gray's. Gray actually deleted his town center. Yeah, he must have deleted it because I don't believe that 2 towers shot down that TC already. But gray does he have the stone? He doesn't have stone for another one. Oh, right. So he has the wood. He just doesn't have the stone to build another DC. So he's just farming. Maybe sending some food to. Well, I would say he sent some food to his teammate, but the problem is he just got the feudal age. He didn't have a market up, so he couldn't tribute anything. So he's just basically Sim City farming right now. And the question is, can red and orange still do things against their opponent? Oh, never mind, actually. Hang on a second. I didn't see gray on the mini-map. It's because it's almost the same color as the wood line. Gray did read DC. He's going to drop a stable now. Yeah, this is probably where it ends for the Persian team, because I just don't see... It just didn't do enough damage. You know, as purple only now finally getting another TC up. Well, isn't even in the feudal age yet, so it's only going to get worse from here, as we have that's a giant scout army here for green. Woo. Green really wants to take some revenge on yellow for taking his base. Yellow has some spearmen, but those are Magyar scouts. No joke, for sure. Still have the archers taking trades out red's base, as red did not get the armor upgrade on his skirmish, which means that blue can easily fight this still. And remember also that Britons will get extra range as soon as they hit the next stage. Yeah, so red is... in not a good spot. I mean, we're really just waiting for teal to run in with knights and start finishing this off. So we do miss some upgrades for teal to see, lacking the second armor upgrade, although I don't think that's really that necessary right now, although you are fighting on the tower, so perhaps. Battering ram coming out, and yeah, there's not much the purple can do here. Yeah, I mean, purple and orange. As, yeah, these knights are besieging the DC. Well, no second armor upgrade, so you can't easily take this DC down. Remember, it is a Persian DC, so it doesn't die really fast like most DCs would if you're being attacked by knights. The blue running in, and oh, blue. Ooh, if he gets into this wood line, that would be disastrous for yellow. Botkin arrow coming in, the crossbow upgrade coming in as well. And here comes blue, and yellow's going to have to abandon this wood line altogether now, and that is the only wood line that is safe enough-ish for him. That's really the only wood line he has. Oh boy, it's how long, right? How long can these teams hold on? As yellow is sending his villagers to the right, he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know that the green is on this side, or at least he should know. He sees farms and blacksmith, and green now sees the villagers, and oh boy, that's a lot of scouts. You can easily kill the spearmen. Yeah, just kill the spearmen. Oh, this is gonna be a massacre. A lot of scouts have died in the initial blow, but now you have villagers versus Magyar scouts with the extra attack. They also have bloodlines. Yes, they do. They have armor. Yellow's completely dead. Yellow's laughing about it as well. There is no hope anymore for the Persian team, as Yellow's losing all his villagers. What a massacre on this side. Jesus Christ. Orange is getting completely destroyed as well. And we're seeing the end of the Persian douche team. I mean, it was a fun idea while it lasted, but yeah, everyone's getting overrun right now. It just sets your economy back so much. If you can't destroy your opponent's economy in the meantime, then you're kind of screwed. You really are. And the fact that teal got away, right, that was already bad. But the fact that everyone on the other team also responded accordingly to it. I mean, maybe gray a bit the least of his team. I mean, his score really shows that, right? But, I mean, blue responded properly, green responded properly. You know, like, the best thing you can do against a Persian douche, don't fight it. You know, if you can fight it with Vils at the start, sure, right? But teal did, that's fine. If you can't, let it go up, just move your DC, it's fine. Then all you need to do is just make sure they can't drop it again. So when you hide your Vils, you know, go somewhere else. And also remember that as soon as your TC goes down, the Persian player might also try to Vil fight you. So you do need to be ready for that, obviously. Yeah, for the rest... pretty much like this. But man, how often do you get to see a 4-player Persian douche on a team game? I mean, not a whole lot. The reason for that being that it rarely works, right? That the likelihood of this working is so small that I would caution against it, obviously. But man, it was very entertaining to watch, at least the attempt. We have Orange actually going to the castle age. Wow, they're still trying, are they? With 12 villagers. 6 villagers for yellow. Red has got 13. Ironically, the person with the biggest Vil count right now is purple because he stayed back home. It's almost like staying in your own base usually leads to a better economy. Well, that's soon going to change once teal makes it to purple's base. He's even scouting ahead with his starting scout. Yeah, very nicely. We have Lightcap and Lightcap and Knights taking down a Persian TC, which should never happen, as Yellow's gonna lose all his villagers. Yeah, those are the last 4 he has. And that's it. Yellow's defeated. Alrighty then. We have Purple soon to be defeated as well. Gonna steal Census Knights that way. I mean, they're taking their sweet time, really. I mean, Red and Yellow are just kind of laughing about it. You know, they've definitely survived for a while, but it was just surviving. It was never really a chance that they were going to be able to push back here. And so Yellow is dead. Absolutely dead. All they need to do is destroy the barracks, and then he's defeated as well. GG, muchachos. Yeah, it was very trolly, but there you have it. The GG is called. It has been GG for about 15 minutes now, really. But, geez. This was very entertaining to watch, though. Because you never get to see a strategy like that. And I wonder, right, if the even color team, whether they decided this on a whim. You know, they were a bunch of randoms that never played together, and they were like, you know what, let's all pick Persians, just go and douche everyone. Or whether they are a team and coordinated it. I mean, it didn't look very coordinated, so my guess would be they are randoms. But in the end, you know, regardless, it is just a lot of fun. It really reminds me of another game, actually, where the entire opposing team decided to go for Goths, which was also a really fun game. But there you have it. GG. And there you have it. A game with 4 Persian douche, you know, attempts, and 3 of them were even successful-ish. You know, it's yeah, it's like a 1v1 Persian douche, but 4 of them. So yeah, I mean, but as you can see, they did have differing, you know, degrees of success. I think the douche from Orange was the most successful. You know, he actually got ahead of his opponent. He was in Feudal Age before Grey was. He stopped Grey. You know, he even got Grey's second TC to go down. At least Grey was forced to delete it. And I think if Purple had actually managed to get a TC up on Teal, then Teal wouldn't have been able to just rush Orange down like he had now. And maybe on this side, we would have had a more even engagement. On the other side, I think Yellow, that's the thing, right? If you're Persian douching, you kind of need to just keep following that up with more douches until your opponent is just running out of vills. Like, you want to vill fight as much as you can as well, because you're not going to be making any military, really. And if you try to come back into the game, you're going to be behind, and you're in enemy territory. It's really not a good place to be, as you could see for Yellow. Same for Red, right? He was over here, the TC was up, he defeated Blue's TC, and after that was kind of like, yeah, what do I do then? Because Blue walled in his next TC, and there's not much that Red could do at that point. You kind of need to just immediately start chasing that, right? If you see that Blue doesn't defend his TC, rush it down and chase him immediately. Don't give him any time to breathe. That's the best way to get a Persian douche to actually kill your opponent, because it's fairly easy for someone to just take your TC, right? Let it be destroyed and just go somewhere else, wall it up a little bit, and you're fine, right? Because if you keep your vills alive, you're going to get a lead on your opponent, because Persian douching is just, I mean, for one, you have to delete your TC, right? Which means you're not producing villagers in that moment, so you will be behind in the vill count. There's no other way around it unless your opponent has idle TC time. So yeah, so that's the thing. Persian douching is an all-in strategy. High risk, high reward. This time, it did not lead to any reward. Except for us, because we got to see a 4v4 douche, which was very much fun. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this game. I certainly did. It was very wacky. Looking at this timeline as well. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Very wacky game indeed. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and leave a like or a comment. I appreciate it very much. And see you next time.